Oh, can we see it? Are you
Yes,
able
Guru Maharaj.
Yes.
Param Vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtana.
Yes. All glories to Sri Krishna Sankirtana. Right? We were just doing Sankirtan in our simple way. Due to the situation, we're not together. It's not easy to perform Kirtan. We're all in different places, but a little bit like Sankirtan. So I wanted to present to you something about Sankirtan, because Sankirtan is actually what we call the Yuga Dharma, right? This is the Kali Yuga. Remember Kali Yuga? Do you remember Vijay Prabhu? Kali Yuga, what does it mean? Anybody know? Hare Krishna, can you hear me?
The dharma gets declined, and we have to take the shelter of holy name.
Yes, well, Kali Yuga, remember that there's 4 ages, and this one, the age in which we're in now is called Kali Yuga, right? And in each age, there's a process for becoming self-realized. To become perfect, there's a process, a different process in each age. So in the Kali Yuga, the process is Sankirtan, right? Now, there's Kirtan and Sankirtan. Kirtan can be many things. Can everyone hear me okay?
Yes, Guru Maharaj.
Yes, Guru Maharaj.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, you're hearing. So Kirtan can be many things. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna talks about Satatam Kirtayantumam. He's saying, the devotees are always chanting my glories. They're talking about Krishna, can be Kirtan, where we have discussions, it's called Kirtan. And it can also be a little bit singing and so on. But Sankirtan is more a group of people coming together to do the glorification. We want to glorify the Lord together. So we come together as a group and we sing the names of the Lord. You can see here, you can see one slide. Can you see the slide? Can
Yes.
Everyone see?
Yes, Guru Maharaj.
With the family, right? Mother and father with the children. And you see in the background, they have their altar. They have a little temple room in their home. Yesterday morning, I was giving class to the devotees in the Middle East, in the Gulf. And after the class, we went to visit each of the devotees' homes. There were about 60 different homes online. And so that, with the help of this Zoom system, they took me to each of the homes, and the devotees showed me their altar and their deities. And they were saying, thank you for coming to my home. It was very nice. So the devotees in the Middle East, each of them, they have their own altars in their home with their deity, mostly Gornitai and Jagannath Baladev, Subhadra. But it's very nice, very interesting to see the different arrangements, how they worship their deities. And many devotees, of course, they just keep pictures. But they also, they do their puja, they do some kirtan at home also with the family, sit together. There's a saying, the family that prays together stays together. So if you do this chanting, this is praying actually. This is a prayer when we sit and chant Hare Krishna. But it's not like the usual kind of prayer. It's a more joyful affair. And we encourage devotees do this kind of thing at home, and it makes the atmosphere in the home very nice, very peaceful. You sit together with the family and you do kirtan, and you have to do it regular, every day, make a habit, you know. Like here in Mayapur, although it's locked down, the devotees every 3 times a day, just as the sun is rising, as the sun is setting, in the middle of the day, there'll be some kirtan and the devotees will blow the conch shells and they'll drive away all inauspicious elements. By doing kirtan, you purify the atmosphere and you get rid of all nasty and unwelcome elements, you know, evil spirits and ghosts and so on. They'll all go away if you do kirtan. So it's very powerful. Here's a picture. This is actually an older picture. Hamsadutta Prabhu. This is Sankirtan in Sweden. Hamsadutta Prabhu, he left the body. He left this body just recently. But in his time, he was a leader of the devotees there in Germany. And at one point, they had a big program in Sweden. All the devotees went, had a big kirtan. So it has a very powerful effect on a town where you come through the town with all the devotees chanting, singing. It's very auspicious actually for a town when the Sankirtan comes along the street. It's a very pure and spiritual activity. And people can feel the presence of spiritual energy. They can feel the purification. Here's another one of my godbrothers. This is Janananda Goswami. He's also from the UK and he preaches in France mostly. In the recent years, he's based himself in France and he's developing Krishna consciousness there in France. And you can see there are only a few devotees there in that picture. It's a smaller group, but they're having some Sankirtan, doing Sankirtan. This is Lord Chaitanya's movement, the Sankirtan. Lord Chaitanya predicted the holy name would be spread to every town and village all over the planet. So how is it going to happen? By this Sankirtan. The devotees will come and chant the holy name, teach people how to chant, and people will take it up. Lord Chaitanya, when he was living in India 500 years ago, his main business every day was Sankirtan. Every day he would come and do Sankirtan with many people, big crowds of people. They would all gather and they would do Sankirtan together. Very joyful experience. Here's another devotee, Kadamba Kanana Swami. He is actually from He's from Holland, right? He's a Dutchman. And he's also a musician, very good musician. He leads wonderful kirtans. He plays very nice harmonium. Sings so nicely. He used to, before becoming a devotee, he was a professional musician. So he's also a wonderful devotee. He's done so much service in India. Now he's traveling more, different parts of Europe, and also goes a lot to Australia and South Africa. But every year he will come to Holland for the king's birthday. And they'll have a big Sankirtan. Many devotees will come and join with him in chanting the holy name. Very nice. People on the king's birthday, they have a big procession through the streets in Holland. And so the Sankirtan is there. The devotees take part in that procession, doing Sankirtan. Here's another one of my godbrothers, Maha Vishnu Swami. He's also from the UK. And he's a wonderful kirtanier. You can see him there playing his harmonium. He plays it for hours and hours every day. And his kirtans are very wonderful, inspiring the devotees. Although he's not young anymore, he's over 70 years old, but still he's very energetic, chanting and dancing and inspiring devotees to chant the holy name. So even in the heat, they go in the shade a little bit, but they keep chanting. Kirtan is still going on despite the heat. And here's the type of thing which you will like to do more in Geneva, maybe Kirtan in the park. This happens in many places. Indeed, Prabhupada, when he first came to America, Prabhupada would go to the park. He would go to Tompkins Square Park and he would chant there. And there's a plaque there now in that park. They have a plaque there. It says how the founder of the Hare Krishna movement, A.C. Bhakti Swami, came there and he chanted there. And they have it beside a tree where Prabhupada was chanting. So going to the park, because sometimes the chanting can disturb neighbors. Sometimes, we get trouble from the neighbors. Even Prabhupada said when he lived in New York City, every morning they'd have kirtan, not too early, about 7 a.m. they'd do kirtan, and as soon as, Prabhupada says, as soon as the kartals begin, and they hear ding, 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 then immediately upstairs the people knock, and they'll complain, what's this noise? Why are you disturbing us? And sometimes even they'll call the police to report, to complain. But you go to the park, usually parks, it's not so much of a problem. You don't disturb anyone. Of course, some parks are like here if you go to places like Hong Kong, they don't let you do play any music there in the park in Hong Kong. But not every city is like that. Many parks you can go. I know we go in China in the park and chant. For many different cities, I would go in the park and chant in China. No problem. You're not disturbing anybody, and you're just playing some music and singing. It's nice. Sometimes you even meet people, attract people, make devotees. In Bangkok, we have a regular program, goes on in the park. There's a big park in the center of Bangkok. It's called the Lumpini Park. And we would sit there every Sunday. We would chant and put books out also, like you can see here, put books out in front of us. And people come by if they're interested. They may take a book. Like we would always bring prasadam and distribute prasadam also. So making use of the parks. We like to use everything in Krishna's service. Right? That's the principle of Krishna consciousness, using everything for the service of Krishna. So these parks are there, they're very beautiful. Often they're empty, nobody there. So we can go in the park and do kirtan, chant, have a little program, weather permitting, of course. If it's rainy or it's too cold, then you can't do it. In New York City, the devotees have a program. They go in the subway in New York City. Because New York City can be very cold in the winter time, and the winds, because of the big buildings, you get icy cold winds. So the devotees go into the subways and they do kirtan there, and they'll spend the day there in the subway doing kirtan, and they distribute many books. And they get people, when they distribute books, they don't distribute one book. They get people to take a whole set, because everything's digital nowadays. So people pay digital. It's not a big problem. They don't have cash with them. but they have their card or they have their iPhone or something, they can pay by some other means. So this way, devotees are very expert in distributing books to people. And Kirtan is also very joyful and energetic. You can see these young men getting into the chanting of the holy name. Ananda, bliss, spiritual pleasure. This is not, it's not material. This is spiritual. The power of the holy name, chanting and taking part in the Kirtan, it's unforgettable. You take part, and even you feel sometimes when you come in the beginning, you have no energy, but you begin to chant and dance. Somehow you just become enlivened. The spiritual energy is coming upon you, and you start to chant and dance with great energy. At the beginning, when you first came there, you're feeling tired and lazy, but with the Kirtan, it's so powerful, we get right into it, jump up and chant and dance. And this is Anand, this is spiritual pleasure. This is not material. It's very beneficial for us, spiritually. Sometimes we do Kirtan another way, in the temple. Groups of devotees sitting together, having Kirtan. Some temples, they have even their bhajan band. They're very expert musically, make very nice bhajans, sing the different Vaishnava songs. Bhajans mean the songs, which are either usually in Bengali or in Sanskrit. And these songs are in a simple Bengali, local Indian language, but they have a very deep meaning, spiritual meaning. We do a lot of different bhajans, like before class, usually in the temple, we will sing a very short song, Jaya Radha Madhava, Kunja Bihari, like that. So we have a Vaishnava songbook, and in the songbook there are these bhajans, these songs which we will sing in the temple. And they're songs for different occasions, just like when somebody leaves the body, on the occasion of the departure of great spiritual masters, then we will sing the song for the departed soul, glorification of the departed soul. And then there are songs about going to holy places in Vrindavan. And there's another song which we sing calling Krishna to come to eat lunch. It's a special lunchtime song. And then there's another song we sing in the evening for Gora Arti, when we do the Arti in the evening. Different songs, different times of the day. So in the temple like that. This is Dhirasanta Swami holding the microphone, dancing blissfully. Again, this is an older picture. He was young there, he's not so young now. But still, I'm sure he dances in the Kirtan. He loves Kirtan, he loves to chant and dance, and you can see. This is devotees somewhere in Germany or else in Scandinavia. I'm not exactly sure where, but these devotees are all from Europe, you can see. And you can see how many mrdangas are playing, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mrdangas. A lot of mrdangas, big, heavy sound, big kirtan. And so this is Sankirtan, chanting the holy name. It awakens spiritual energy. And some people, they meet the Sankirtan devotees, they never leave. They come to the temple, they never leave. Any time, any place is good for Sankirtan. Here you can see devotees chanting happily. I don't know exactly where they are or what time it is, but you can see it's not exactly open or public place somewhere. I don't know where they are, but they're doing Sankirtan. You can see what playing kartals, chanting, playing the accordion, so on. So Sankirtans, anywhere you go, you can be doing the Sankirtan. You can be chanting the holy name. Here's Hong Kong. Hong Kong's a very business-like place. You know, everybody's so busy, working hard. But our devotees, they also work. They all have jobs and so on. But they come out for Sankirtan. They like to go on Sankirtan on the weekend or day off or something. They'll all go out on Sankirtan. And you can see Chinese and Indian devotees there joining together to perform Sankirtan in the heat of Hong Kong. And they're joyful, happy. It's a very pleasurable experience to do chanting. This is Namaruci. Namaruci are a group of devotees who travel around the world, and they go to different parts of the world to do Sankirtan. They're very expert in Sankirtan. They do wonderful Sankirtan, and they also they do some book distribution also to support their traveling. And this way they're able to go around, and when they visit different cities, different places, they enliven the devotees there so much to go out on Sankirtan and to take part in chanting the holy name and dancing. They're very enthusiastic and very expert in getting people to join in the Kirtan. They'll get the public to join in. They'll induce them to come forward and take part in the Kirtan. These are some of the devotees. Actually, these are some Chinese devotees they're in Hong Kong, and they're doing Harinam there. We like to dress the devotees up, give them these flower garlands, make them look very colorful. And people are attracted. They see the Sankirtan, they see the devotees. They can see this is something very different from everything else that's going out there in the streets. What's everybody else doing? They're just trying to get some sense gratification. They're just looking for some Maya. But devotees doing Sankirtan, they're really happy. They're really joyful. They don't see anybody else as happy as the Krishna devotees. They're the real happy ones. Nobody else is happy like them. And we often go out, we don't just chant. We bring books with us, distribute books, let people get a book. Very important. Many people to get a book from the Sankirtan devotees. They get a book. They never saw the books before. They never saw devotees. They get a book. And they become interested in Krishna consciousness. So the book distribution is called Brhad mrdanga. The mrdanga is a drum. So the drum can be heard for a little distance, a few blocks. But Brhad mrdanga means the big drum. Big drum because it can be heard very far. So this term Brhad mrdanga, this was used by Prabhupada's spiritual master, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada. He called the printing press the Brhad mrdanga. Because the printing press, the sound of the printing press goes all over the world. When the books are distributed, they go all over the world to people everywhere. Like in places like Hong Kong, you meet people from all over the world there, and we distribute books to them. People let's say I got a book in Hong Kong, or they got a book in London, or they got a book in Paris, or they got a book in Zurich. Like that, we give out the books, let people get the books. And then they understand more what we're doing. What is this all about? They learn about Krishna. They learn something about the philosophy. So this is the Sankirtan movement. the Brhad mrdanga. Devotees all over the world, they try to distribute books in the different languages. Our Bhagavad Gita is printed in about 80 or 90 different languages. And so we try to introduce people to these books, let them read the book. Prabhupada said if they get a book, even if they read one line, their life can be changed. Book is so powerful. So when we do Sankirtan, we always bring some books with us and try to distribute some books. And people are happy to get books. You see these Chinese people? They're happy, they got a book, they got a Bhagavad Gita. They're happy. They wouldn't get these books, not easy to find these books, so they're very fortunate. They get these books. This is the seed, the beginning of their devotion, the Bhakti Lata. So very important for us to try to distribute these books. And even though temples are closed just now, the devotees are finding ways to distribute books, going online and meeting people, and then they get them to order books and send the books to them. People are, at this time, people are locked down, they're all at home. Many people, they can't go out. So what can they do? They can read the books. They have more time to read. They're happy to get some good reading material. Giving the mercy, right? Giving out books to these people, couples, young people. They need to get this kind of knowledge. They didn't get that knowledge when they went to school. Spiritual education was not there in the materialistic society. Colleges and schools, universities, they don't teach about the soul. They're only teaching mundane knowledge, which is all about Maya. But giving the books is the real mercy to learn about Krishna, Krishna consciousness. So, this is all the mercy of His divine grace, Srila Prabhupada. And Srila Prabhupada said, everyone should join Sankirtan party as soon as possible and make their life line. Hare Krishna. So, I was just encouraging all of you to let you know more about Sankirtan. If you get the chance, try to take part in Sankirtan. Try to go and chant, join in the Kirtan, or do some Sankirtan yourself in your own home. You know, you have a little altar at home. You have Krishna at home. We offer food at home, but we should also do Kirtan. Prabhupada said, for example, Gornitai, many people, they like to worship Gornitai. The worship of Gornitai is very merciful. He said Gornitai can be worshipped simply by Kirtan. You do some Kirtan at home, and Gornitai are very happy. Your home becomes a very nice temple. Okay, so I just wanted to share these things with you. Are there any questions from anyone?
Yes, Guruji, this is...
Do you have some experience of Sankirtan yourself? Anybody? You had any experience of Sankirtan? Did you ever join Sankirtan?
No, Guru Maharaj. No one we did. Now we are seeing the video, we feel inspired to do some Sankirtan in past. Maybe we should do ourselves. Yes,
devotees from Zurich don't come to Geneva to do Sankirtan?
Well, I have a small experience.
Yeah, where?
No.
At the Ratha Yatras.
Yes, right, Ratha Yatras, that's often, where? Did they have Ratha Yatra in Switzerland?
In Zurich, yeah. There's every year. And I think it might be possible this year in a slightly restrained way.
Okay.
Because
so must be coming
Corona.
up soon. Yeah, because of Corona, yeah, everywhere affected.
And but as far as I know, they'll do something. I'm not sure they'll do the same tour as every year, but I'm definitely hope so. But usually it's around these days, I think.
Yes, it's
Here in
about
Zurich.
this time. Yeah, it's coming up.
Yeah. I mean, other than that, I mean, there's something that's kind of similar to Kirtan. I don't mean to say, but like if by chance we end up doing our japa somewhere other than inside an enclosed room, it can kind of become Kirtan, I guess, if people hear you, whether it disturbs them or not, can be kind of, and especially in Switzerland where everything that's not obliged is illegal, it can be kind of an effort to do japa outside just as much as it would be for kirtan somewhere else. And like, I mean, in our part of Switzerland where they speak French, I think that people are a lot more closed to Krishna consciousness because it's very rich and at the same time very rebellious because of a Swiss mentality, which is very free, although hardworking. It's very a mentality which is very much against any type of thing that they don't know, because they've had some stories with sects where people died, and so they just a lot of things make it so that Krishna consciousness has a lot of trouble entering the French-speaking part of Switzerland, and they're very strong. So they don't want to accept this new thing, unfortunately.
Oh, we're still considered a new thing in Switzerland, is it?
Yeah. Well, the thing is, it's a lot of like very calculative, a little bit calculative. Like saying, you know, very kind of cold type of mentality with anything different. And people talk amongst themselves and kind of get a feel for how people feel about Krishna consciousness here is like kind of very derogative about it, kind of.
Oh,
I mean,
I see.
but I mean, it's possible, but it's very would have to have some kirtan come directly here with a lot of people would be fun. People are in a lot of
Do they have
drinking.
kirtan
They drink a lot here. A lot of wine making,
well, that
and
goes
so
on
it's
all over the world. People.
yeah,
You are
but it's
actually right,
culture.
Prabhu, because I recently moved to France and I am facing the same challenge.
Yeah.
Because I go to school to learn French, and once we were discussing on one topic, and they said, which is your favorite animal? I said, though cow is not an animal, but I love her. They said, why? If you don't eat cow, how will you gain energy? So they are very, you know, reluctant for their culture. They don't accept anything. I'm facing the same challenge right now.
Yeah, I have a different experience. I was invited into a group of people who are followers of Ramana Maharishi, who is a saint, who was a saint in the southern part of India in Tiruvannamalai. And there is a big group of people who were doing satsangs regularly. And I was going to those meetings, and I was pleasantly surprised by how deep they have understood those teachings, and they were practicing it. The group was small. It was like 10 to 12 people. But the place where they organized, there was a lady who had even a temple full of those kind of things inside her house. She has built a temple, and they regularly host those meetings, and they keep inviting. So like that was, I don't know whether that is truly representative of everything, but that was another dimension that I wanted to share, because it's not everybody's like that. There is a group of people who are also doing those kind of stuff like us.
Where? Was that in Zurich or Geneva?
It's in Geneva.
In Geneva, okay.
Like a parallel dimension.
Yeah. One question I have, Guruji.
Yes.
Yeah, like so for me, like I really enjoy coming to your sessions every week, and it is, it's really, really good. And I was wondering whether we could also discuss Bhagavad Gita chapters and verses in our classes, even if it is like for 15 minutes or 20 minutes every week. Would that be possible? I don't know whether what the group thinks, but I just thought of putting it across to you and get your guidance.
Yeah, that is our usual procedure. I just wanted to make sure everyone's a little bit familiar with everything before we get into that, but certainly that's really what should happen. And the thing, everyone should be prepared. They should have a Bhagavad Gita. And they should have the book which we use. It should be the Bhagavad Gita as it is. And then we can do it, we can have it, we can recite a verse and we can discuss the verse. We can do it like that. Certainly, very nice.
Thank you, Guruji.
Hello, is everyone there? Yeah. Vaishnavi?
Yes.
Hare Krishna Guru.
Does everyone have a Bhagavad Gita?
Most of them have, but few of them they don't have. I don't also have so many copies. I bought some books from Bhakti Vedanta, from bookstore, good book from Zurich or some other place, but I don't have enough books now, Guru Maharaj. But do you think they can see the vedabase.com and follow?
Yeah, we could do that. We could put it on the screen. Right. Let's do that. Next week,
Yeah,
we'll have a verse.
Yes, Guru Maharaj. We don't have sufficient books now, but I can order some of them soon.
Yeah. Okay. So next week we can plan like that. We'll put a verse on the screen and we'll chant the Sanskrit and we can explain the verse.
Yeah. So how many of you have books now? Means approximately in this group. I'm just asking the group.
I'm having.
I have.
Yay.
I also have.
I have the Bhagavad
Anybody
Gita.
who doesn't have one? Yeah.
I don't have.
You can ask who doesn't have one.
I don't have. I don't have.
Who is Mataji? Okay.
I don't have, for example. I should.
Who is that?
Buy one. Daniela.
Daniela is okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I can pass it to you once. Yeah.
I can buy it. We can talk in WhatsApp.
Yes. Yes.
Very good. Okay, so we'll plan like that because Bhagavad Gita is the basic teaching and we'll have a little discussion. We'll begin next week. We can begin from the first verse. I won't read every verse. We won't go every verse, but I'll pick some of the main verses, interesting verses, and we'll try to speak a little bit. We don't want to speak too long because, you're new devotees and may not have so much attention. Prabhupada would keep the lectures a bit shorter just to keep everyone's attention. So, okay. So we can plan like that, but remember, it's also good to chant Hare Krishna. Before and after the Kirtan, before and after the class, We do some kirtan, we do some chanting.
Yes,
It's
Guru Maharaj.
important for us.
Yes, Guru Maharaj. Yep.
Hare Krishna. Maybe
So,
can I have
maybe-
can I share
Yes,
my
Prabhu,
experience? Hare Krishna, Jai
Yes.
Prabhupada. I was, like I said before, living in the temple with the devotees in the 70s. And we used to go in Geneva here regularly downtown to sing, to downtown, the main street, every week, maybe sometime twice a week, 3 times a week, distributing alva and the invitation for the Sunday feast. And it was part of our schedule to go down. There's a park downtown, the Jardin Anglais. We were sitting down there in the grass and preaching and singing, and people were coming around. After personally, I traveled in France, in Spain, in Germany. I was doing Sankirtan in the street in Germany and trying to distribute books in Germany, but it was much heavier than Geneva, you know. Geneva is a soft, quiet city where everybody goes slowly and they stop and listen to me when I speak about Bhagavad Gita. It was so nice. But in Germany, wow, people are running, don't stop, you know, when I come up with a book. It was so heavy, you know. And the devotees from Germany were laughing at me because I was not at all used to confront with this heavy German people, you know. And for them, it was natural. They were going very heavily about distributing books. Anyway, that was in Germany. And here in Geneva, we were singing so many times. And after we went to Zurich, the temple went in Zurich. And here when I speak to friends about Krishna, tell that I was Hare Krishna here in the 70s, they always said, yes, and where are the Hare Krishna now? You know, after more than 30 years, they still remember the Kirtan down the street. They still remember this.
So
And,
the devotees didn't have any problem doing kirtan downtown in the street?
No, we were doing it very officially with you know, going to the police and they stamped the official permission. Huh? No, it was done very nicely. You know, but the people are asking, where are the Hare Krishna they were using to sing in the streets, and where are going now? Oh no, they're in Zurich. They're no more in Geneva. So they're still missing. Still, it was very nice to hear these kartals and mrdangas, and they still miss it. So, but now we have a Vaishnavi and all these wonderful new devotees, and I guess in 1, 2, 3 years, going to be a wonderful kirtans downtown Geneva.
We hope so. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
but till now we have not tried it. Maybe we should get the permissions and try it sometime.
Well, gradually, you know, when you're ready, when you have a few more people.
Yes.
I think
And the Swiss.
it's nice you do it if you can do it. If you can do it in the park, if you can get some good weather, then meet in the park. It's very nice to begin there. Gradually, you can think about going in the street, but need a few more male. Need some men. I think.
Yes, right.
Yes.
The Swiss German. The Swiss German part of Switzerland, they are very organized. They do regularly, practically every Saturday. They send emails to people. They join in front of the station at 12 Saturday, and you come if you want. And yeah, they do. They are quite organized. Yeah, it's very nice. We have to do.
Where's
the same
that?
here
In Zurich.
the Swiss German. No, not only in Zurich, in Luzern, all the towns of the main towns of the German parts of Switzerland. Luzern, Basel.
Oh, they're doing Sankirtan there.
Yeah, all over. Yeah. And they invite devotees, you know.
Wonderful.
Next Saturday is in Luzern at 11 in front of the station, the main station. Come with your kartals, and everybody is the friends of Krishna, and yeah, very nice. So we have to invite them to
People come from
down
other
here.
towns, is it?
Yeah,
you have
exactly.
to- that's what you have to do. You have to invite them to come there.
We have to invite them to come down here. Yeah. But here,
Yeah, I
inspired-
experienced the same. I experienced the same thing in Genoa in Italy a few months back. I was like sitting in front of a church, and suddenly I heard this music, and I was wondering, how come this music sounds like Indian music? And then after a while, there were like so many people in the street in front of a church in the main downtown, around 50, 60 people dancing and chanting and celebrating. And that was like real hardcore dance, like on the streets. And I also joined. I danced with them, and I went. Then they invited me for a screening of the film. It was a big community there.
In Italy.
Yeah, in Italy, in Genoa.
Wonderful. So I think certainly we need to try to encourage something in Geneva. It's going on everywhere else. Why not in Geneva? So hopefully we can soon organize something. Once we get over this lockdown and everything and things get back to normal, then we can consider trying to organize something. So yeah, we
Yes.
have to think about this. We have to think. So the more we can prepare ourselves, very nice. Sankirtan. Okay, so now I think we'll just finish off with chanting one round of japa. Is that all right? Everybody got some beats?
Yes, Guru Maharaj.
Yes, we need to chant, it's very important, I don't like to see you all just chant one round. I like to hear you chant more than one round. We need to get more japa, more association with the holy name. And then everything will become realistic. If we can discuss Bhagavad Gita, the whole purpose of the Bhagavad Gita is to get us to chant Hare Krishna, to worship Krishna. Krishna, in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna said, engage your mind in thinking of me, become my devotee, worship me with love, like that. So this is the message of Bhagavad Gita. So it's very important for us to do this chanting. This is the whole purpose of studying Bhagavad Gita and our coming together and doing Sankirtan, is to encourage us more in this chanting. So let's chant. We'll chant first of all Panchatattva mantra. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasade Ko Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Okay, thank you very much for chanting with me. We encourage all of you, try to chant regularly, make it a daily habit. Okay, so have a good week. And we hope to see you all next week.
Thank you, Guruji.
Hare
Thank you very much.
You too have a very blessed week.
Guruji.
Thank you. See you next week.
Hare Krishna.
Krishna.
Thank you.
Hare
Thank you, Guru Maharaj.
Hare Krishna.
Hi, Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna Guru Maharaj.
Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj. He is my husband. He is also devotee. We are newly married.
Oh, very good.
1 year. Yes,
Hare
he also
Krishna.
chanted with us. He also listened to the class.
Very
We both
good.
listen from the same phone. So please bless us. We may
Oh, very
continue
nice.
in Krishna consciousness.
Yes. May Krishna bless you. Very
Thank
good.
you. Thank
Thank you.
you.
Hare Krishna.
Hari Bol. Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Bol Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Bye bye, everybody.